Hey everyone, this is Ruth L. Snyder joining you from Get Clients, Build Community. Thanks for joining me today. I would like to address a topic that maybe we don't want to think about, but it is a necessary topic, and it's how to deal with problem audience members. When we host a space, most of the time people are there for good reasons and we don't have to worry about it. But there are people who intentionally cause problems for others. So let's talk about that today. Get Clients, Build Community is on a mission. Our mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to authors, coaches, and entrepreneurs around the world. Get Clients, Build Community would like to introduce some of our services. We offer coaching packages, individual coaching or group coaching to help you get from dream to done. We also offer courses from book idea to first draft in 30 days. 5-day challenge and program. Turn Twitter into your lead generation machine using Twitter Spaces. Professional book formatting, providing you with publisher-ready files. Personalized marketing plan, a powerful plan to get clients and build community that suits your personality. We strive for excellence in everything we do, and it shows. If you're looking to write, publish, and/or profit from your books, we can help. Thanks for joining me today. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about how to deal with problem audience members. So what do I mean by problem audience members? I am talking about people who talk about unrelated topics in your space, and they are just there to talk about themselves and to draw attention to themselves and to interrupt what is happening in the space. Or people who want to vent. They have been mistreated or they've experienced something and they just want to get it off their chest, and it doesn't matter whether it's related to what you are doing or not. They just want to talk about it, and they will talk about it whether you want them to or not. And then there are people who want to monopolize the conversation, and they just refuse to stop talking even if you hint that you'd like to move on. And then there are also those on the far end of the spectrum who will come into a space for the sole purpose of interrupting your space. And they will use foul language. They will say things that aren't true about you. And they are just there to draw attention again to themselves and to cause problems. So unfortunately, these things do happen in spaces. I have found they are the exception to the rule rather than what happens most of the time. But I have had things happen a few times now, and so I wanted to address this and share what has worked for me. And if you have found other ways that work for you, feel free to comment or send me a message. So to prevent some of this from happening, one of the things that you can do before you grant microphone access to anyone, especially if you don't know them or they haven't been in your room before, is to check their profile. And this is something that we usually do before we follow people. And it's even more important to do if somebody's in your space and asking for microphone access. So when someone asks for microphone access, tap on their profile, read their bio, read some of their tweets, see what they're about, and then you can decide whether they would be someone that you want to allow microphone access. And usually if you do that, you won't end up with as many problems in your space, but not always. So if you've done due diligence and checked out a person's profile and they do end up just talking about an unrelated topic or monopolizing the conversation, or even just jumping in and causing a ruckus in your room, you as the host or co-host are able to remove microphone access from them. And so that is the first step in dealing with problem audience members. Just simply remove microphone access and then they won't be able to talk anymore. If you find that it's a serious offense and you want to do more, you might want to remove them from your room, just kick them out. You do need to know that once you remove somebody from your room, they are not going to be able to attend any other spaces that you host. So that's why you need to think about, how serious is this offense? Is it somebody that just needs microphone access removed, or is it somebody that actually needs to be removed from the room? And then you can also go farther with this if it's a serious offense. Twitter is working hard to protect those of us who are making use of Twitter Spaces, and I'm grateful that they are doing that. And so you can report these people to Twitter. And as you know, recordings are available for spaces. And whether you choose to record your space or not, Twitter does access information about your space. And especially if you choose to record your space, they will go through your recording and make sure that there's nothing offensive and nothing that's problematic for people. And so if you do report people to Twitter, Twitter will probably go to the recording of your space and see what happened and then decide what to do from there. And then, of course, you also have the option to block people, because even if you remove them from your room and report them to Twitter, they may try to harass you on your personal profile by sending you DMs or interacting with you in other ways. So if you really are having a problem with someone and they're not stopping when you ask them to, you do also have the option of blocking them, which means that they will have zero access to you. So those are options that you have and ways that you have of dealing with problem audience members who show up in your spaces. I have found that setting expectations really minimizes these problems. So when I open my space, I will say, welcome, I will greet people by name, and then I will say, I'm interviewing so-and-so for 20 to 30 minutes, and then I will welcome input related to what we're talking about today in a question and answer period after the interview. Then I will also require that people put their hands up using the hand up option in the space before I will grant microphone access to someone. And that just helps minimize who participates and make sure that they really have something to offer to the conversation. Usually by slowing people down with these few steps, it removes people that are just wanting to jump in and vent or wanting to monopolize the conversation. And like I said, I have had a few people who have interrupted my space, but we have been able to deal with those people quickly and efficiently using the steps I mentioned. So before you grant microphone access, check people's profiles. First step is remove microphone access from the speaker. Remove them from the room if they are causing serious problems. Report them to Twitter if they're being inappropriate, and block them if you have taken all of those steps and there are still issues. I hope you have found this helpful. If you have other questions related to Twitter or Twitter Spaces, let me know so that I can answer those questions in a future show. And if you find this helpful, remember to subscribe. The information is below, and I look forward to interacting with you more and sharing what I have learned about Twitter and Twitter Spaces. Take care and have a great day. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I just wanted to invite you to participate in a free webinar on Twitter and Twitter Spaces and how you can use it to generate readers. So if you're interested, if you're an author and you're looking for a great way to connect with your readers, tune in. The information's below, and I look forward to teaching you more about Twitter and Twitter Spaces.